Welcome, everybody. It's Monday, March the 17th, and our regular Renfrew County Public Library Board meeting. Sarah, could you do welcome and roll call, please?
Of course. Chair Tracy Stevens.
Present.
Donna Clark.
Present.
Haley Heaslip. Heather Dale. Here. Lauren Davidson. Jane Donnelly.
Here.
Jason Legree.
Present.
And Chair, we do have quorum. We may have one. Oh, and I can add here, Haley Heaslip.
Yeah.
Present.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah. Jane, would you like to do the land acknowledgement?
Sure. As we gather, we would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. And we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Honoring the traditional territories of the Indigenous peoples is one of the 94 calls to action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's report. To do this properly, we encourage everyone to learn more about the lands we call home, as we all have a role to play in reconciliation.
Thank you, Jane. Does anyone have a conflict of interest to declare this evening? None noted, Sarah? Okay, we're going to go ahead with our confirmation of our minutes, and we do have a recommended additional action this evening, that the Renfrew Public Library Board approve the regular board meeting, as well as minutes from March the 7th, 2024, and February 24th, 2025, and the closed meeting minutes of March the 7th, 2024, and May the 21st, 2024, and November 18, 2024, understanding that they will remain confidential, the ones that were in closed session. Can we have a motion to do this, please?
Motion.
Thank you, Heather, and seconded, Donna. Thank you. So I'll just explain the reason for this is when Sarah was doing an audit just to double check that everything was in order on those particular dates, an actual motion was missing on those particular minutes in certain items. So that is the reason for this. So any questions about that? No, thank you for finding that, Sarah. Good that we can clear that up. Everybody else okay? Yeah? All right, so all in favor? All right, carried. Thank you very much, everybody. Okay, next item will be our financial statement, and our action is that we accept the February 2025 financial statement as presented by Maggie. First, Jason and Heather. All right, thank you. Maggie.
So as you can see, we don't have our budget as of yet. So that's why it's a 0 under our annual budget. Also, I do not have the 13th month. Kelly does, but she sent her regrets for this evening. So it will be presented at the next board meeting, but she does have those financials. And then by the next meeting, we should have our budget if it's passed by council.
Great. Any thoughts, questions, queries? Yeah, this is quite typical. Is it not, Maggie?
It is.
Yeah, it's typically just delayed a little bit from year to year. All right, so we'll just go ahead with that next one. Everybody's okay with that? All right, so all in favor? All right, great. All right. Okay, our presentations and reports. Love this. Okay, library stats.
So February was pretty busy. We were a little below what we lent last year in the adult department. as well as in the children's department. I'm not sure if that just has to do with people's schedules or what happened in February, but we'll look into it and see how those numbers continue to present for future statistics for lending. And then we can either review, say if it has to do with the new materials we're receiving, or just that maybe we didn't have as many visits in February for people to borrow, but we will look into it.
It
Because
is
it's
also 2 days less.
that's true, yeah, but
So
it-
really, like, we're down
Yeah.
200 items of total circulation, but with 2 less days.
yes,
super
for the
hard.
total, yeah,
And the
yeah, I
weather
don't think it's that.
was
weird.
was weird.
It was.
There were
Yeah.
lots of odd days and icy days and excess snow and then cold and then rain and then.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
look at last year's weather, it was not as
No.
dramatic.
Exactly,
Yeah.
there weren't so many,
No judgment.
variations. Well, sorry, Heather?
No judgment.
No, but
Against
weather,
Mother Nature.
but good
Yeah,
point.
lots of judgment against it.
2 days,
Yeah,
yeah,
just 2 less days.
2 less days, crazy weather.
And also like even when we're looking, just because we did have that transition from Jana into
Mhm.
Susan's role and Madeline's a new employee. So when you're looking at, say, the library programs and the class visits for the children's, because the more dramatic number was the shift in borrowing from in the children's department.
Mhm.
If we had that many less class visits, that adds up to a lot
Yeah.
for force of reading.
Oh, good
So,
point.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
but like I said, we'll just keep an eye on that, make sure it's not a downward trend in our borrowing statistics. Everything else seemed good. Our e-resources are being very well used. And yeah, were there any questions specifically about the stats?
The Astrodome was a big success.
Yeah, we're happy with that. And we are gonna look to see if we can bring it back. And we will be giving first place for those few tickets we had to cancel because it was overbooked. So we'll contact them first for if we host that.
Excellent.
And no, I think everything's going well with programming. And the new program guide looks great. And everyone seems excited and they're registering for programs. So.
Okay, do you want to go ahead with the activity report, maybe?
Sure. So you might have noticed that we've removed the sign that had the red paint and we're
Yes.
going to be replacing that. And Oliver was able to sand out the paint inside. I know we had planned to kind of paint the interior, but it looks great now
It
that he
does.
sanded it. So we put in and there's been people at it every day. So it's pretty popular. Our summer reading club coordinator position closed on Friday and we received, I had quite a few at the last minute. So we're looking forward to interviewing for that position. We'll just wait and see what our finances look like for the student employment this year. Wednesday is the health and safety meeting on which they'll be bringing up the staff who need first aid recertification so that hopefully they can get that done before the summer. So in a future item is the annual statistics and the draft of our annual report. And I'm finishing up the annual survey, which I have to submit to the 2OLS and continuing our Volt toolkit, which is, it's a lot. It's a very, very large spreadsheet. So it's taking a while, but I'm hoping to have that done before the summer as well. That seniors project that's coming up, we are just working out hours of work for the project coordinator and just going to see how we can get the best value for the money we've been given to see whether it's better to have a current staff member or to hire someone in for those hours. The Charmian Action Dome was a success and we're looking forward to hosting it again. Kelly had sent out the Shadow War on Libraries article.
Mhm.
And there's actually a session on March 25th about that specifically for CEOs for libraries. So I'm planning to attend. Strat plan, we're gonna cover later, but it's underway. And Kelly has started hosting the bi-weekly department meetings, so I got to sit with community resources, so Janine, and also with McDougall Mill with Jean and, sorry, Glenn, Jean. I apologize, Glenn, if you watch this video. And with Jacob for facilities and Sean for rec. So it's great to actually talk to everybody. And that actually the next meeting is this Thursday. And then, yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. So the next couple of pages were just some of the sessions that I attended at the conference. If you have any questions about them, I can answer. They were great. There's only one, and I put the note in there that Kelly and I actually left mid-session because we found it a bit tedious and it wasn't applicable to us at the Renfrew Library. But everything else, it was fantastic. The one I attended about neurodivergent library workers, we had looked into training through Dragonfly Learning Center for all staff, and it's something we're gonna look again at this year for all of the town of Renfrew. Kelly wanted us to see if we could get a pricing deal for everyone to attend. And the Discovery Space for Children was a great session because that's one of our goals. Part of the draft annual work plan was to find the funding to renovate the program room,
Okay.
which would be great to turn into a discovery space or a STEM center or a maker space. So that was a really informative session. Did anyone have any questions about Super Conference?
Looked like it was great.
It was. I wish I
Yeah.
wasn't battling pneumonia when I was there, but
Yeah.
it was really great and really informative. And hopefully another staff member will want to attend next year because it's nice to keep all the staff up to date on.
And thank you for this. It was
Library
nice to read.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it was really nice to see what you were
Yeah.
able to.
The strategic plan survival guide was great.
Timely.
Yeah, it was timely, and just seeing what other libraries went through. Once again, it's hard because a lot of the libraries that go, they are the bigger libraries, but still a lot of the things do apply. So that was very formative as well. Jenna's programs are going well. She's decided, I know we've updated where we're not going to host Zoom story time this session, and then we might bring it back in the future, but it was always kind of the same caregiver that was attending. So either we're going to do a better promotional, put out better promotional materials, or just figure out how to provide that accessible programming to other institutions or whoever needs it, because like I said, it wasn't increasing in attendance. So that's Jana. And then Madeline's doing well. And the programs are running smoothly.
And
I
she's doing
do-
an AI one this week, I
She
think.
is, yeah, on Wednesday. And I do really appreciate that she has jumped right in, and she's enthusiastic, and she doesn't, yeah, it's just great. And she has no issue with rearranging her schedule to accommodate her programs, that she wants to host these programs. So that is fantastic. Yeah, so the coming soon in March, we have the Libby workshop coming up on the 25th. The chat GPT is on Wednesday. The newcomer navigation is Thursday. And there's an adult art class on March 29th for egg blowing and decorating. And then Emily's social media is doing great. We had decided to, in our statistics, Meta changed the way we were receiving the stats for how many people, we couldn't find how many people liked versus followed our page, sorry. And we've decided instead we're going to show how many interactions. So she does put the top post reach, but we'd like to show everyone that the amount of time that Emily puts in social media, there's there's just a lot of likes, there's comments, there's things that are happening versus just how many new people have liked our page or followed our page.
It's a lot of engagement.
It
Mhm.
is, and like even answering those messages every day, we have to keep up on it because people ask us, send us messages just to reserve an item for them,
Mhm.
or ask us about programs and things like that. So it is, I'm not gonna say a full-time job, but it does take up a large part of her workday to
And it's
stay on
still-
top of social media.
And it still constitutes an interaction.
It does,
Yeah.
yeah.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people don't follow pages, but they still, or like, they don't like, but they still
They'll
follow
comment.
and comment.
Yeah,
And especially when you're posting in like the What's Up Renfrew groups and things like that.
yeah.
That's where people see it and that's where they interact as well, so it.
Just a side note to that, I don't know if anyone was following what happened on What's Up Renfrew this weekend with the post from a parent. So Emily was working on Saturday, she did reply, and we have actually not had any contact directly from the parent who, there was an issue at one of the programs on Saturday, and but they didn't reach out directly, they just posted it online, which is hard,
Oh.
especially if
Mhm.
Emily wasn't working, she's not expected to be on there looking
Yeah.
for things that have tagged the library. So like I said, she reached out, she said, this is how you contact us, and they have not as of yet contacted us. But if they do, we will deal with that.
Great.
Yeah, and I think that's it, unless anyone had any questions. Okay.
No,
I've been told to say that the Jana hosted a speed friending. I attended that and now I'm best friends with two of the girls I met there. But I've been to a number of events and I've told them that's how I've met these girls. And I've been asked, oh, when are they doing that again? So
Oh, perfect.
that's a feedback element.
Great. Well, I'll
Yes.
pass it on to Madeline for sure, because she is sending, well, she actually just sent me an email today with a list of her ideas for the
Yeah.
upcoming summer program guide. So
I
It would
was
have
wearing jean shorts, so it would have been the summer.
yeah.
That's all I remember.
What you wore when you
Yeah,
met these people.
I know what book I brought and what I wore.
I love it. So yes, I will, actually, I'm gonna write that down.
A lot of people
Speed
sharing
friending.
the Anna from Gables promotion with
Yes.
the movie theater.
I'm
We're
excited
planning
for that.
essential group.
oh, are
A bunch of
you?
us went, yeah.
Sweet.
Great.
I'm
Perfect.
excited. It's a good movie show.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Definitely a great Canadian.
Definitely.
Definitely.
So the next item. Can I just move ahead, Tracy? or do you
Yes,
need to announce it?
absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I can certainly introduce you if you would like it, Maggie, but please go right ahead.
So that's the annual statistics. So what it was, I just went through and compiled each of the monthly into one. I didn't provide the breakdown of the programs. I just put the total number. And the idea behind that is I need that for the annual survey, but also to do the annual report. And I attached the draft. So I was just wondering if anyone had any input of anything else they'd like to see in the report other than what's in this draft. Because usually, like, this has been the template for the last 2 years, and then we just update the numbers and the items in it for each year. But is there anything, information you think that we should include that we haven't been, or?
Are you talking about the,
So the annual statistics, they were just the whole year of the
Mhm,
numbers, but we use those to complete the annual report.
Right.
That's why I attached both of them, just so you can see like the compiled numbers and the draft. So I wasn't sure if you wanted a different format or if you think that something else would be better?
Personally, I find it very engaging.
yeah, I
Okay,
do too.
perfect.
Yeah, I do too.
I know on priors is more like a one-page look where it might be a longer infographic.
Mhm.
Did you
Um,
read it?
I don't know.
I'm asking that play, get one page.
Yeah, like
Pick out
it's
the
on our
spots you want.
website.
Yeah.
So it's on our website and we might just advertise our annual reports complete, but otherwise it's for the board and it's for the public.
I
because
find
it's
this
part
one
of-
really easy to read.
Okay.
It's not
I do
too
too.
much.
Yeah.
And
Comfortable.
we're familiar with.
And
It
it's,
could be a comfort thing, sure.
and it's visually appealing,
Sure.
and it
Yeah.
also has all of the actual statistics, the details that anyone could just pick out, or, right? Ignore, pass on, or go straight to what you want.
Yeah,
I think I really like the presentation personally.
okay, perfect.
Anybody else? You all did? Yeah,
Okay,
we can
that's
just,
great.
yeah.
So then the other question I had is, I had already reached out to Tracy so she'll provide the library board chair message. But then I was hoping to insert a spot where each of you would kind of just give a small, not even a paragraph, just a line or two about why you're on the board. Jason, not just because you have to be. Like, what does the library mean to you? Why are you a member of the library board? And then I'll just put that in. I did have everyone's kind of headshots from last year. Haley, I'll have to grab one from you. But otherwise, like, I would just do that, or we could take a new photo.
So you emailed that to me
Yeah,
and then
I will.
I'll just hit reply.
Yeah.
Because if not, I will
That's a nice
I can
idea.
definitely do
That's
that.
nice.
Yeah.
And Maggie was great when she mentioned it to me too. Gave me ideas about what it might look like because I didn't know.
Yeah, because you don't want a novel here.
No,
Oh, no, no,
just a
no.
line or
And,
two about,
and yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it was nice to just see what past practice has been.
And I'm just gonna make a note to email. I could
And
just send that email.
That would be
Everybody.
great, Maggie. And when you do that, could you include, could I please have it before and give us a date?
Yep.
Because we don't want you the last minute
Give us
chasing
deadlines.
it.
Yeah,
Give us
I'll give
deadlines.
you
Yeah, that would be really, really nice.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, but don't make it like a quick
Tomorrow.
turnaround for you
I
or
won't,
yeah, yeah, of course. It's
Well,
for
when
the
I,
next
when I
meeting,
emailed
right?
Tracy, I was trying to explain, like, I do want your blurb, but I don't need it for tomorrow because it's just a
Yeah.
draft. But I got, she's like, do you need this right away? It's
I
like,
could get it to you
No,
for
no,
Friday.
I
Yeah,
just, I'd like to have this,
for next month.
for next month.
Yeah. So we have a
So
little
we can
time.
submit it.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Maggie.
No problem.
That's helpful.
So that was annual stats and the draft annual report.
Great. Must feel good to have it at that point.
Yeah.
Been like
Well,
finished to that
it-
point.
Kelly created the original document and just last year and this year I've updated it. So it's great and it's easy to use. So,
Excellent.
so strategic planning committee update. So if anyone read the minutes, I was voted as chair. Lucky me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you,
very
thank
happy
you.
with
I'm excited.
We are
Um,
too.
Yes, and then Haley is graciously acting as our secretary. So she is
Yahoo.
providing minutes. And so we have the schedule of dates of our meetings. And if there's any that don't work on it, just let me know.
Oh, so far, so good.
Perfect. And we did confirm these with Allison, so we are set. And then if anything comes up, I'm sure she'll contact us.
And there was that one date that she said she needed to change.
So it
So is that all
updated in
changed?
this.
Yeah,
So it is
yeah.
September 22nd as
Which
opposed to the
actually worked out.
15th because
It
of the
worked
board
out
meeting. Yeah.
beautifully. Yeah.
So
yeah.
she had emailed me after you had mentioned that. So I'm like, perfect. I don't have to change anything. So that's the meeting schedule and then the minutes. Were there any questions about strat planning?
Was a quick meeting. It was great.
Yeah, I think it was good. And then the next one is March 31st. And now that these dates are set, Kelly can sign the contract and we're good to go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right. New business. Our policy updates. So, am I in the right spot here? Yep, I am. Okay, so. All right, I just lost my place. It's all good, right? All right, so the recommended action is that the Renfrew Public Library Board agree to begin the review of RPL policies with the legislated policies. So that is the motion. So can we have, thank you, Haley and Jane. So as I understand it, this is following legislation and it needs to be done at certain times. Is that right, Maggie?
Yep, so as in it has to be done annually
Mm-hmm.
versus those months that were
Right.
assigned.
Yeah.
But this is an annual plan.
And the dates and the specific ones that are mentioned here, like in April, we do the bylaws, et cetera.
So these are when Kelly and or I will present these
Right.
updated policies to the board.
So we will have those to read ahead of time so that we can make comments like we usually do.
Mhm.
Okay, great. All right, so any questions about that? No? It's what we typically do anyway. This is just a more formalized process, right? Okay, so all in favor? Okay. Okay, carried. Thank you, Sarah. All righty. All right, the next item is the OLAA sessions. Oh, we did that already.
So those are actually Kelly's.
Those are
sessions.
Kelly's, and Kelly was unable to attend tonight. That was not planned. So can we just defer that, Sarah, to next time?
It is just for information.
Is it just for
So
information?
You can accept it as information.
Okay, so then let's do that. So can we please have a motion that the Renfrew Public Library receive this report on the sessions attended at the OLA Super Conference from Kelly as information presented? Are we okay? Thank you, Jason. And Heather, thank you. All in favor? Good? Okay, now. All right, great.
Did you have her session?
Did you get them done?
Okay, so
Yeah,
just.
okay. Just want to make sure Donna has everything. Okay. All right. So the next item is the final draft of the 2025 work plan from Kelly. But again, she was unable to attend tonight. And we were left with the opportunity just to think about it and make comments or give her feedback after our last meeting in February. So Kelly will present this in April, absolutely, with and was sent her regrets that she couldn't do it tonight. Anybody have any thoughts after our last one? After she presented it last time? I know that when we came up with the draft originally and we improved it, there were certain key items that we had approved for the format of it, I guess is what we'll say. And Kelly, I know, does intend to honor that, like, so that there will be measurables, for example, and a timeline to check in as discussed and as we passed. So just so you know, it was not in the draft, but I know that it will be part of the finalized plan, and she may have made other little adjustments for us at that time as well. So we can wait till April. Everybody okay with that? All right. Okay, so that was a lot of chatter, Sarah, but are we okay to just defer that till next time?
I made a note saying the board unanimously agreed to postpone until the April meeting when CEO would be able to attend.
Okay, excellent. And everything else is just refreshing our own information from previous meetings. All right. Thank you, everybody, for that. All right. Are there any upcoming items for the next board meeting that we have not mentioned yet? Or no? No? We're okay. All right. So our next meeting will be held on April the 28th at 5 p.m. Same place. We'll see you all then. Our meeting is adjourned. And thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.